Hi friends, welcome to this session. In this session we will see how the general strategy we saw last time is applicable for text completion 1 blank. So please pause the video and give it a try. Okay, so we'll use our strategy. The step 1 is identify the main ideas in this question. So the main ideas are: dominant interest often benefit most from dash of governmental interference in business. So one idea is government, some kind of government interest benefits dominant interest, and the second idea is they are able to take care of themselves if left alone. This they is referring to businesses. So second idea, businesses are able to take care of themselves if left alone, right? And these first idea is this part, second idea is this part. And how are they related? One is a reason for the other. We have this word since, right? So this idea 2 is the reason for idea 1 or an example of idea 1, right? So they are positively correlated. Second step is positively correlated, right? So what should be the intended meaning of the blank? So because these ideas are positively correlated and this space, this blank talks about governmental interference, so that quality of governmental interference, this is going to be a noun. So this quality should relate to leaving businesses on their own, right? So it has to be some kind of government policy that allows businesses to be on their own, right? Okay, so let's look at the options. Intensification does not necessarily relate to allowing businesses on their own. Authorization, no. Centralization of government interference, no. Improvisation of government interference, no. Elimination of government interference. Now if you look at elimination of government interference, it means that if the government interference has been eliminated, then businesses are left on their own, right? So this is the correct choice. Step number 5, let's put it back in the question and see if that makes sense. Dominant interest often benefit most from elimination of government interference in business because the businesses are able to take care of themselves if left alone. So this makes perfect sense. The answer is E. Let's look at this question. Please give it a try. Okay, so step 1, get the main ideas of the sentence. So there is one person, he maintains that an infant's reaction to its first stressful experiences are part of natural process of development, but they are not harbingers of childhood unhappiness or dash signs of adolescent anxiety. So there are two ideas here. One, this person goes on to say that infant's reaction to its first stressful experiences are X, and he then says that they are not Y or they are not Z. This is X, right? This X is part of natural process, Y is harbingers of childhood unhappiness, and Z is dash signs of adolescent anxiety. Okay. Second step, how are these ideas correlated? So obviously he is saying, look at this, not. He is saying that it is X and not Y or Z. So they are opposite of each other, right? What could be, look at this, see, Y is opposite of X, Z is opposite of X, but Y and Z both are related to each other in a positive way. So this is the structure of the sentence, right? Okay, now let's look at it. So what is this gap going to refer to? This gap is going to talk about something on the lines of harbingers of childhood unhappiness or something sign of adolescent anxiety. Now this missing word should draw parallel to harbingers of childhood happiness or be an opposite of natural process. Right, so let's look at the answer. Prophetic. Okay, if you put a word prophetic here, it draws parallel between harbingers of childhood unhappiness and prophetic signs of adolescent anxiety. So this is a very good option to begin with. Prophetic is again relating to harbingers, and that is why it's a good fit for this particular blank. Normal. Does normal say anything related to harbingers of childhood unhappiness, or does it say anything opposite to natural process? No. Monotonous. It is quite out of scope actually. Monotonous, it's not even related. Monotonous signs of adolescent anxiety. It does not relate to harbingers of childhood unhappiness. It does not give any opposition to natural process of development. So this is not correct. Virtual. Does it draw parallel between harbingers of childhood unhappiness and virtual signs of adolescent anxiety? No. Typical. Typical again is the same thing as normal. So same argument, not a good choice. So the only one we are left with is prophetic. Let's put it back in. So Kagan maintains that an infant's reaction to its first stressful experiences are part of natural process of development, not harbingers of childhood unhappiness or prophetic signs of adolescent anxiety. So this makes perfect sense. The answer is A. Let's move to this one. Please give it a try. Okay, what are the main ideas? So this Kimura's radical theory of molecular evolution. So there is this radical theory we are talking about that has been received well by us, by presumably the scientist community. So there is this new theory, or we don't know if it is new. This radical theory that has been received well, and that reception shows that when something fights orthodoxy, right? So something fights orthodoxy, the novelty has seized a good chunk of space from convention. Okay, so when something fights orthodoxy, it means that novelty has seized a good chunk of space from convention. Okay, now these are the two ideas. First idea is that it has been well received, the theory has been well received, and second idea is that when something fights orthodoxy, something happens. We'll see that the trigger word here is fights. So this indicates that this space we are talking about is opposite of orthodoxy, correct? Opposite of orthodoxy. And if you look at this part, novelty has seized a good chunk of space from convention. So convention again has parallel with orthodoxy. So convention and orthodoxy mean the same thing. That means this space should be relevant to novelty. It should be the synonym of novelty, right? Because if you look at the structure, the two ideas of the theory is well received. Theory is well received. Okay, and the second idea is that this missing blank fights orthodoxy, and at the same time novelty wins over convention. This is the structure of the sentence. So we'll see that orthodoxy, convention, pretty much the same thing. So this X should be another synonym for novelty or something on the same line, correct? So now it should mean that X is equal to novelty. So fourth step, let's look at all the options. Imitation does not relate to novelty. Reaction does not relate to novelty. Dogmatism does not relate to novelty. Invention relates to novelty. Caution does not relate to novelty. So invention is one good choice for us. Let's put it back in just to make sure that is the correct answer choice. So the reception given to the new theory shows that when invention finds orthodoxy to a draw, then novelty has seized a good chunk of space from convention. So this makes sense. The answer here is D. Please give it a try. Okay, what are the two main ideas here? Two or more main ideas. Firstly, there are constraints. There are constraints that arise through interactions with natural. So there are basically some constraints for the species. Second thing, the species develop mechanisms that do something. Mechanisms that do something. This something is the missing blank. That's a verb. Right? And what do we know? The third idea here is that we know that because of this action, the missing word, this missing word somehow tries to relate to the capacity of population growth and constraints. So we can't analyze this any further because we don't know what that action is. But the main thing is the missing word relates this capacity for population growth and constraints. Right? Now also you will see that there is a with here, and that with has to go with this sentence. Correct? Okay, so let's look at it. Answer choices. We don't exactly know what is the meaning of it, but we know that that word has to relate these two ideas. Capacity, innate capacity for population growth with constraint. So this with is very important. So enhance. So does it enhance the capacity with constraints? Enhancing something with constraint doesn't make sense. Replace with constraints. Okay, replace with constraint grammatically could make sense, but if you look at the meaning, the mechanisms developed by which every successful species, okay, so if the species has to be successful, it has to somehow overcome the constraints, right? So successful constraints can replace capacity by constraints. Now if you are replacing capacity by constraints, then you are not going to be successful. This is not correct. Produce capacity with constraints doesn't make sense. Surpass capacity with constraints. So this is actually doesn't make sense because surpassing capacity, the idea itself is unconceivable. What do you mean by surpassing capacity with constraints? Doesn't make sense. Reconcile capacity with constraints. Yes. Firstly, this reconcile goes very well with this with. So reconcile A with B means we are somehow able to come to an agreement between A and B. So if we extend that idea to this context, it means that the species have constraints, but somehow they develop mechanisms that reconcile their capacity for population growth with these constraints, and by doing so they are successful. This is the idea given in the sentence. So this is the correct answer. The answer is E. Let's move to this one. Give it a try. Okay, what are the ideas? It is not surprising that means it is accepted that, or it is very likely that, or everyone knows that, something like that. It is no surprise that societies have codes of behavior. So this is the first part. So societies have codes of behavior. The character of the codes, on the other hand, so on the other hand means there is now an idea that is going to oppose this first idea. So societies have codes of behavior, but the character of the codes can often be something. Right? So there are two ideas here. Societies have codes. Second, character of the codes is dash, and these two ideas are joined with a but. So that means they are opposing. So this missing word is talking about some characteristic of character of the codes that is opposite to the societies have codes of behavior. Okay, what exactly is that? We don't know. Well, let's look at the options. Predictable. So if character of the codes is predictable, that means the societies having codes of behavior is not predictable, right? But we know that it is predictable actually, because it comes as no surprise. So that means everyone knows that societies have codes of behavior. That means societies having codes of behavior is not unpredictable. So if this part 1 is not unpredictable, the second idea cannot be predictable. So predictable is not the correct choice. Unexpected. If you look at unexpected, it means that character is unexpected, so the societies have codes of behavior is expected. Yes, this is what is given here. Comes at no surprise that societies have codes of behavior, which also means that it is expected that societies have codes of behavior. However, the character of the codes can often be unexpected. So this is a good fit. Let's look at the other option choices. Admirable. So if this is admirable, then that means societies have codes of behavior is not admirable. So it doesn't say anything about whether those the codes of behavior are admirable or not. So that is not correct. Explicit. If this is explicit, that means societies having codes of behavior are not explicit. We don't know anything in that regard. Confusing. If this is confusing, then this is not confusing. But yes, now we can say that it comes as no surprise that societies have codes of behavior. We can say that it is not a confusion that societies have codes of behavior, but that link is very, very, very subtle. So it comes as no surprise that societies have codes of behavior is not the same thing as saying that there is no confusion when it comes to societies having codes of behavior. So it's not necessarily the same thing. Whereas when we say it comes as no surprise that societies have codes of behavior, it always means that it is expected that societies have codes of behavior. So expected is a good fit here for idea 1. The idea 2 has to oppose to that, so that has to be unexpected. So the correct answer here is B. Let's move to this one. Please give it a try. Okay, what are the ideas here? 2 ideas. First is description of clothes. The novelist devotes so much time to avid descriptions of his character's clothes. So that means this is one idea. Second idea is that he gives so much time that the reader soon feels that such dash concerns, although worthy of attention, have superseded any other literary aim. So that means the reader thinks to believe, or readers goes on to believe that this concern is the only way for which the writer is writing. Correct? So what are these concerns? So this concern somehow has to relate to this clothing descriptions, right? And also another thing we need to note that it cannot be completely negative, because it says these concerns are although worthy of attention. So they are not completely bad, they are worthy of attention, but then still they have to relate to this idea. Okay, so didactic is not a good fit here, it does not relate to clothing. Syntactical again does not relate to clothing. Irrelevant, this is negative word. Irrelevant cannot be although worthy of attention, so inherently this is flawed. Sartorial, yes, sartorial means related to clothing, so this sartorial concerns, although they are worthy of attention, right? So it, although worthy of attention, it does not necessarily conflict with this idea, and this relates to clothing, so this is a good option. Frivolous again is a negative word, it will not go with although worthy of attention, so the answer here is D. Let's put it back in. The novelist devotes so much time to avid description of his character's clothes that the reader soon feels that such sartorial concerns, although worthy of attention, have superseded any more direct literary aim. So that makes sense. The answer here is D. Let's look at this one. Please try it. Okay, what are the main ideas here? First one, an investigation that is dash. So some kind of investigation can sometimes yield good facts. Okay, So some type of dash investigations can sometimes give good facts, but usually, so there is a but here, we need to observe that, but usually the appearance of such facts is a result of a definite search, result of a search in a definite direction. So that means these two ideas, here the objective is definite direction, the search is in definite direction, and this is a but here. So this missing adjective for investigation should necessarily oppose this idea that usually it is the definite search in a definite direction that yields such facts. So there has to be some opposite ideas coming in this blank. Let's look at the options. Timely is not an no opposite of definite direction. Unguided. Now unguided is a good choice. Unguided, if you put it here, it means that an investigation that is unguided, that means it's not going in a proper direction or does not know whether it is going in a proper direction. Such investigation can sometimes give you good facts, but typically you need to have a proper guided definite direction for you to get such facts. So this is necessarily opposing this idea of definite direction, right? Consistent is not opposite in meaning of definite direction. Uncomplicated, we don't know about the complexity of both, whether it is investigation in guided direction or a definite direction. It does not talk about complexity. Subjective does not necessarily oppose definite direction. So the only option that does so is unguided. Once again, an investigation that is unguided can occasionally yield good facts, new facts, but typically appearance of such facts is the result of a guided direction or a search in a definite direction. So answer here is B. Let's move to this one. Please give it a try. The main ideas here are the unenlightened authoritarian managers fail to recognize a reason for serious conflict in a team. That is the first piece of the argument. The author goes on to say that, notice this colon, a modicum of tolerance for dissent often prevents something. So how is this idea related to the first idea? So this missing blank is talking about a crucial reason for the conflict. So this should relate to the crucial reason for the conflict, right? So let's look at so what can be the intended meaning here before we can look at the options. The intended meaning would be something that that would be a crucial reason for the conflict, right? So demur, what is demur? Demur means objection, or in the verb form it means object. So objection is, can that be a crucial reason for conflict? Not necessarily. Schism. A schism means a conflict of some nature. So it basically means a divide in a team. So schism is a good fit here. Cooperation, we are looking for a negative word here. The negative word that can be a crucial reason for conflict. So cooperation cannot be reason for conflict. Compliance again is a positive word, so it cannot be the answer. Short-sightedness, now this is irrelevant. Here the correct option is schism, and if you put this back in the argument, it says that the manager fails to recognize crucial reason for conflict, and that crucial reason is a modicum of tolerance for dissent. That means some amount of tolerance often prevents conflict. So B is the correct answer. Let's move to this one. Please give it a try. The main ideas are the charisma and technical prowess of two fine actors. So we're talking about a play or a drama, and we have two actors, both are charismatic and very good actors, but the connotation of this sentence is negative. Even if we have these actors, good actors, they are not dash, they will not be able to fully invigorate a grey domestic drama with a little tell to tell, with a tired tell to tell. So that means that drama does not have a good tell, right? So that means, and that is why even if we are good actors, they are not able to do something. That is the idea. So let's look at the options. Required for. So even good actors are not required for invigorating a tired drama. Doesn't make sense. Even good actors are not interested in fully invigorating a tired drama. Doesn't make sense. Even good actors are not preferred for fully invigorating a tired drama. Doesn't make sense. Even good actors are not adequate to fully invigorating a grey domestic drama with a tired tale. Now this makes sense. What it goes on to say is that it basically binds both these ideas together and brings out a meaning, brings out the intended meaning of the sentence. So this is the correct option. Let's, for the sake of completion, we'll look at the last one also. Even good actors are not inferior to the task of fully invigorating the drama. This doesn't make sense. So the correct answer here is D. Let's look at this one. Please give it a try. There are two ideas here. The first one is, the sentence actually starts with a conclusion. There may be a threshold below which blood pressure reductions become something. The second idea is, this is the conclusion. The second idea is an evidence of that. Given that. Given that means because. Because a long running study showed that no decreased heart risk for drops in blood pressure below a certain point. So above a certain threshold, if you reduce the blood pressure, the heart risk goes down. But below a certain level, even if you reduce the blood pressure, there is not a lot of heart risk that is going down. This is what the sentence means. So these two ideas, one here and the evidence given here, are talking about the same main idea and they are positively correlated. So that means the missing word here should be something like, even if you, let's read this idea again. There may be a threshold below which blood pressure reductions become not so important. So the missing blank should be something like not so important, because a study has found that below a certain point there is no decreased heart risk for further drop in blood pressure. So let's look at the answers. Worthwhile. Worthwhile is not related to not so important. Indiscernible. Indiscernible means so small that it is not easy to spot it. Something like that, right? But that doesn't necessarily relate to not so important. Arduous. Arduous is out of context. Significant. Significant and not so important are opposite. So this is not the correct idea. Superfluous. Yes. Superfluous and not so important are related. So if you put this back in the question, what you will get is, there may be a threshold below which blood pressure reductions become superfluous because a study has said that no decreased heart risk is found for further drops in blood pressure below a certain point. So this brings out the meaning of the sentence. So the correct answer is E. Let's move to this one. Okay, the two ideas here are, we have two examples. Note this word, just as. The first idea is, the authors, we are talking about a group of authors, the author's book on eels is a key text for courses in marine vertebrate zoology. So the authors have written a book on eels and that book is a key text for the course in marine vertebrate zoology. The second idea starts here. So just as means similarly. So similarly, the author's ideas on animal development and phylogeny author's certain ideas dash teaching in this area. So this missing word should be directly related to being a key text, something similar to being important, or is guiding teaching in this area, or something like that. So something positive which relates to the idea of being a key text, right? So let's look at the options. Prevent is a negative word, not the correct answer. Defy again is a negative word. Replicate, okay, replicate is not negative as such, but let's look at it. So just as author's books on eels is often a key text for courses in marine vertebrate zoology, their ideas on animal development and phylogeny replicate teaching in this area. So replicate doesn't actually fit in the context. Inform, just as author's book on eels is considered as a key text for courses, their ideas on animal development and phylogeny inform teaching in this area. So inform, this the way in which the word inform has been used here is not very regular in daily English, but yes, this is positive and it fits in the context. Last option, use, the ideas on animal development and phylogeny use teaching in this area. This doesn't make sense. See, the closest option is D, and let's read it again. Similar to the author's book on eels being a key text for related courses, the author's ideas on animal development and phylogeny is informing teaching in this area. So this brings out the meaning of the sentence. So the correct answer is D. Let's look at this one. Please give it a try. The main idea here is mathematicians have a distinct sense of beauty. They strive to present their ideas and results in clear and compelling fashion, dictated by dash as well as logic. Okay, so dictated. See, the first idea is here, mathematicians have a distinct sense of beauty, and there is a colon here, so the second idea starts here. The second idea is giving evidence of the first idea. So the author is giving examples or trying to give example when he says that mathematicians have a distinct sense of beauty. So the example he gives is that the mathematicians strive to present their ideas in clear and compelling fashion, and the characteristic way in which they present ideas is dictated by dash as well as logic. So this has to be a word, this missing word has to be a word that goes with logic, and logic plus this word would be doing justice to this idea that mathematicians have a distinctive sense of beauty. So caprice means whim, so that is out of context. Aesthetics, now aesthetics and logic can together indicate that mathematicians have a distinctive sense of beauty. Now the clue here is beauty and aesthetics, so this is a very good fit for the blank. Let's look at other options. Obligation, presenting their ideas dictated by obligation as well as logic, it doesn't go well. Methodologies is good, but it doesn't necessarily relate to beauty. Also, methodology and logic are very, very correlated, so the author wouldn't want to put the same idea twice. So he is putting logic here, he is putting methodology here. Doesn't really go, right? Especially because it doesn't relate to beauty. Intellect, fine, mathematicians would want to present their ideas intellectually, but it doesn't relate to this conclusion that mathematicians have a distinctive sense of beauty. So this is also not correct. The correct answer is B. Mathematicians have a distinctive sense of beauty. An example that the author gives is they strive to present their ideas clearly and in a compelling fashion, and they are dictated by aesthetics as well as logic. So the correct answer here is D. Let's look at this one. There are two ideas again. In the midst of so many evasive comments, so there is someone who's been giving evasive comments. So in the midst of these many evasive comments, there is one forthright statement. Okay, so the person is giving a lot of evasive statements. He is also giving a forthright statement now, and the author is not really convinced about its merit, the merit of this forthright statement, whatever its merit, but despite its merit, it plainly stands out as something. So that means the new statement, forthright statement, stands out from the group of evasive comments that person had been making earlier. So that means this missing link has to be direct opposite of evasive comments, right? Okay, let's look at the options. Paradigm. Paradigm is kind of a philosophy. So in the midst of so many evasive comments, this comment plainly stands out as paradigm. Doesn't make sense. It does not highlight contrast from the earlier evasive comments. A misnomer. Misnomer means something that doesn't live up to its intended meaning, right? So misnomer doesn't go in this context. Profundity. Profundity, if this is a forthright statement and it is so different from evasive comments, it does not necessarily say that it's a profound statement, right? And it stands out as profundity, doesn't make sense. Inaccuracy, we don't know about the accuracy of the new statement. Nothing has been indicated in that regard. So this is also not correct. And anomaly. Now anomaly means something that stands out. By definition it means that. So this goes in the context. It says that most of the person's statements have been evasive comments, but this statement, we are not sure whether it's a really meritorious statement, but without any regard to its merit, this forthright statement does definitely come out as an anomaly. It plainly stands out as an anomaly. So that is the meaning of the sentence. The correct answer here is E. Let's look at this one. What are the main ideas? The main ideas is that there is a belief that politicians might become something after they get elected. So there is one idea that there is a chance that politicians become something after they get elected, and that is why there have been ethics officers appointed at various government levels. So that means this missing blank should indicate that without these ethic officers, the politicians would become very unethical. So this has to be something like unethical. Because there is a chance that politicians may become unethical, there are ethics officers at various levels in the government. This is the meaning. So let's look at these answer choices. Scrupulous. Now scrupulous means careful. It does not mean unethical. Entrenched. Entrenched means firmly established. So firmly established does not relate to unethical. So this is not correct. Venal. Now venal means open to bribery. So open to bribery, it means unethical, and placing ethics officers at various levels will try to curb the politicians who have now become open to bribery. So this brings out the intended meaning. Puzzled. Puzzle does not relate to unethical. Artificial does not relate to unethical. So the correct answer here is venal. The sentence, if you read again after putting this answer back, the belief that politicians might become venal, that means the belief that politicians might become open to bribery or corrupt after their election to office, led to the appointment of ethics officers at various levels of government. The correct answer here is C. Let's look at this one. Okay, so he is talking about some book here or some kind of theory, and it says that the unexplained digressions. So these are digressions, that means a lot of material apart from the main idea, and those are unexplained. So unexplained digressions into finer points of quantum electrodynamics are so dash. That means in this book there are a lot of digressions that are unexplained, and those digressions relate to finer points of quantum electrodynamics, and they are dash. The digressions are very dash, and they are so dash that even readers with physics degrees, I mean people who understand quantum electrodynamics, people with physics degrees would be wise to keep. That means they would also require to keep a textbook handy to make sense of the digressions. That means the digressions are so detailed or so complicated or so complex that even people who understand, who have degree in physics would still need to keep a textbook handy in order to understand those digressions. This is the meaning, right? So this missing blank should be something like complex. Okay, so let's look at it. Uninteresting. Uninteresting is not complex. Controversial is not complex. Unsophisticated is not complex. Frustrating. Okay, now frustrating is also not complex. Humorless. Humorless is also not complex. So this idea, now this is, look at this. This is very important. So we found out that this has to be complex, but there is no option in that relates to complex. So let's refine this idea further. So which of these options can talk about the digressions being so complex or something else, because complex is not working now? What characteristic of the digressions would fit here? If the digressions are uninteresting, would that require person with physics degree to keep a textbook? Not necessarily. Controversial digressions, out of context. Unsophisticated digressions, out of context. Frustrating digressions. So digressions are so frustrating, that means in a way they are complex also. The digressions are so frustrating that even person with physics degree would need to keep a textbook handy. So this does not actually relate to complex, but yes, it fits in the context. So this is the correct answer. Humorless. If the digressions are humorless, would that require person with physics degree to carry a textbook? Not necessarily. So the correct answer here is D. We are once again we are looking for a word that would be something complex. We don't have a direct word that replaces complex here, but then frustrating goes well in the context, and that is the correct answer. Let's look at this one. Okay, the main ideas are: far from being dash the corporate world because of cutbacks. So because of cutbacks, it is expected that, or it is generally believed that something dash the corporate world. But contrary to that, far from being that, serious researchers are playing a growing role in innovative firms. So serious researchers are doing a lot of innovation in the corporate world. This is idea number 2. And idea number 1 is this: actually what is happening is far from being dash the corporate world. And main idea, one thing that you have to notice here is cutbacks. So it is generally believed that researchers have got laid off from the corporate world, but actually researchers are playing a very good role in innovation in many firms. This is the intended meaning. So this word missing blank has to talk about the researchers getting laid off from corporate world. Correct? So let's see, that means a negative word, being laid off, something like laid off, right? Lured to, exactly opposite of what we are looking for, that's not correct. Enchanted with, again opposite. Banished from, yes, banished from. So it says that apparently it looks like researchers are banished from corporate world because of cutbacks, but actually serious researchers are playing a very big role in innovation at a lot of companies. So this fits in the context. Protected by, we are talking about cutbacks, so protection, there is no protection. Immured in, not correct. Correct? So the correct answer here is C. Let's put it back in. Far from being banished from the corporate world because of cutbacks, that means far from being laid off from the corporate world, serious researchers are playing a growing role in innovation at many firms. So this makes sense, it brings out the meaning of the sentence, and the correct answer is C. Let's move to this one, please give it a try. Okay, the two ideas are: plants and species that become established in ecosystems where they did not originate are sometimes referred to by the alarming term invasive species. So sometimes plants and animals that are existing in ecosystems where they did not originate, so that means some other alien ecosystem, plants and species, when they go to a different type of ecosystem, they are sometimes called invasive species. Okay, but so they note this although, so this is the first idea, but many such species are dash in their new environments. So now because there is an although, so both these ideas have to be contrasting with one another, right? So both these ideas have to be opposite in meaning. So this missing word has to exactly be in opposite of invasive species. So there is a fear that these plants and animals are invasive, but actually they are not. This is what the meaning is. Okay, so innocuous. So innocuous means harmless. So harmless is exactly opposite of invasive species. So that is a good choice. Conspicuous. Conspicuous means easy to find, easy to observe. So easy to observe is not opposite of invasive. Robust, not opposite of invasive. Menacing. Menacing means troublesome. They are not opposite of invasive. Distinctive is not opposite of invasive. Right? The only option we have opposite of invasive is innocuous. So it says that although plants and species are considered to be invasive species in environments where they did not originate, in reality many such species are completely harmless in the new environment. That is the intended meaning. Correct answer is A. So let's look at this one. There are two ideas here. For some time now, dash has been presumed not to exist. There is a colon, and the author gives some kind of evidence of this. This is the first idea. The evidence he gives is the second idea. He says that the cynical conviction that everybody has an angle is considered wisdom. So both these ideas are positively correlated. They are trying to bring about one meaning out of both these sentences. So this missing blank has to relate to everybody having an angle, right? So let's look at it. Rationality. For some time now, rationality has been presumed not to exist because everybody has an angle. So this doesn't go. For some time now, flexibility has been presumed not to exist because everybody has an angle. Doesn't go. Diffidence. Diffidence is opposite of confidence. For some time, diffidence has been presumed not to exist. That means everyone is confident, but everybody has an angle. So these ideas are not related directly. Disinterestedness. Now disinterestedness means lack of interest or indifference, right? So we say that for some time now, lack of interest has been presumed not to exist. That means interests. It is not the case that people are not interested, right? Because everybody has an angle. So disinterestedness has presumed not to exist relates to everybody having an angle. So this is the correct choice. Insincerity does not relate to everybody has an angle. So the correct answer here is D. Let's put it back in. For some time now, indifference or not being interested has been presumed not to exist because everybody has an angle these days. So the correct answer here is D. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to meeting you in the next class. Thank you.